Sure.
Okay, so good morning.
Morning,
Before we
everyone.
start, okay, let me ask first our resource person. Do you allow that this meeting will be recorded for documentation purposes, which the
Yeah.
students will use for their output or requirements?
Record and post it, repost it. Record and repost it so that more people will know. Go
Okay,
ahead.
thank you. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. So without further ado, let me introduce to you our resource person for today. He is the branch head of Manulife, Manulife Philippines, where he leads a team of about 75. Wow, that's almost 100 financial advisors whose job is to find and help people who want to make sure that they always have the money that they need. He used to be an entrepreneur. Oh, he's now an entrepreneur rather. So he used to work for 10 years before siya nagsulod sa tiring business. So everyone, let's welcome our resource person for today. Prepare your questions, ha? Manami ini siya. Ag-Ilonggo ini siya, ha? Sige. Let's
Pwede,
welcome
pwede.
Mr. Ray Javellana. I-ano na lang, reaction, mga clap, clap, clap.
Uh, so good morning, everyone. I apologize for sleeping too long because wala akong remind ni Christine Abe. All the while ang akon sa mind, ang abi ko sa Sabado pa or Friday or thereabouts, wala sa planner ko gidya ang meeting yan eh. Because I have my schedule is usually full, so wala. So I apologize, but I'll make up. Now, first off, I don't want to really talk about let me just give you a basic principle about money. It's not money. It's not money that we are looking for. It's what money can do for us. Number one principle ginaya. So never love money because it's only what money can do for us that makes it valuable. And there are so many other ways to the things that we want to do, even without money. Now, principle in life is that once you have a responsibility, you need to be able to do things for those whom you are responsible for. And that means that you need to have that means. Now, sometimes people can do things even without money because they can do things by just simply, you know, you see people on the streets, they make a lot of money, probably more than you, much more than you. Kayo, i-count it, no? You count it. Let's say, ara ka dito sa dindamo tao, tapos every day, may ara nga naghahatag sa piso lang. No? Piso lang gidya. Pero isa ka libo nga tao na naghatag sa imo piso, ipila imo kwarta sa adlaw nga na, tingnan isa ka libo. Ibla? Yung compute mo, abe, ikaw mo yung trabaho siya, ikaw kung kulang, pagwa na siya kamot, may kwarta siya. Okay, that's one way. No? So it's one way to do that. Of course, there are people who live without money. These are the priests and nuns. Ang ilan na kinabuhi, they surrender that to the Lord. And it is the community together that forms the resources that will give them what they need. And they need to do their work, their mission work, without thinking about money. Amo na ila trabaho iya. And of course, there are people in their community who are tasked with looking for the money for them. But because they live virtually on the charity of people, then people who know their work, they give their money voluntarily. Timambal kasi daw hindi man na daw kadamo na ila kwarta. True, because they learned how to manage money. So it's not really just the fact that you gather money, you work for money that makes you good. It is doing the things that are good for you. I have a saying that I tell all of my advisors. What is important in life is You have to do the thing. You have to do the most good that you can to the most number of people in your life
Do
during
the
your lifetime. During life, you have to do the most good that you can to the most number of people during your lifetime. It does not mention money. Does not mention money. That's just another interpretation of seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all things will be given to you. So if you really want basic lessons on money, the most important lessons are not taught by man. They were taught by God because everything comes from God. Okay, so yun ang intro ko. I would rather have you ask me questions, any questions at all about business finance, personal finance, savings, investments, whatever. Okay? No, no slides. Siguro saling ni Lord, hindi na ako maggamit ng slides. Dumadamo ko sa slides, pero to this morning, I would rather ask you to ask me questions. Could you go? Go ahead.
Sinong first mamangkot?
Can you show your
Diba?
face? I would like to see your faces naman. Open up your camera. I don't like to be talking
Everyone.
to I don't like to be talking to snowmen, snow people.
Please open your camera.
Puro snowman ang nakita ko eh. Okay, I don't like to see snowmen. Open your camera for a while. Tapos mapicturean ta ba?
Oo, kaya
I would like
mag-picture man kita gapon.
And I also would like to see your reactions. No? Sige lang bla. Open your camera. Kung hindi man mahina ang imo nga wifi, open na kamo sa cameras. Balaan mo kung this is a lesson that I would like you to learn, ha? When we are meeting like this, even on Zoom, because it is a meeting, importante gid ay makita gid kamuya sa mga tsura nyo. That is common courtesy and respect for each other. Okay? Kung hindi mo mahina ang bandwidth mo, sige lang bala. Open na kamuya. Okay, good. So I see Yasni. I see Jensen. I see Krisa. Mo pala nakita ko, tatlo ka itsura. Would I ask Brent, Rachel, Angeli, and Andrea to open the cameras? Yan, Andrea. Yan. Kadulum. Okay. So, thank you for opening. Thank you for opening. Bisan itsura lang. Okay. So guys, I know you are still on the verge of going out into the adult world. I guess most of you are already on 17, 18, correct?
Oo.
17, 18 years old. Okay. This is the rule of social interaction. Ginaiyan, no? Okay. The most difficult thing on being on social media when you interact with people is the trust of people, building trust with people. So if I'm talking to snowmen, can you imagine, kabudlay mag-build ng trust?
No.
Ha? Sige, makutabla ka mo. Kaya maubos ko no oras na karon, no? Dali na.
So, any questions about investments? Si Mayara ka mo nga gusto nga mabalaan. Ano lang siguro, Kuya Regaan mo lang sila na about managed funds.
First of all, I would like to know, what are you interested in more? Business finance or personal finance? If you like personal finance, raise your hand.
Me.
Personal finance. Si Christine lang ba interesado? Oh, let me tell you guys about personal finance. Personal finance has to do with you never becoming poor. Who wants never to become poor? Raise your hand. Huh? Oh, good. Oh, good. Sige. We can start there. Okay, sige. Let me tell you about finance versus personal finance. Our job in personal finance is very simple. Gintudlo na ni Lord. Hambal ni Lord. You should never spend everything that you have. You should always have something set aside. Ang iyang lesson nga niya na sa parable niya of the 5 wise and the 5 foolish virgins. Sino ang nakasulod sa himaya? Ang 5 lang nga may extra oil sa ilang nga lamp. Kung sa euron, tagaan ka ganis ang oil, hindi mo gid pag-ubuson. You always save what is given to you. Set aside. As a basic rule, ang imo nga set aside should be not less than 10% of what you receive. Not less than. Preferably at least 20%. So 80% ang imo nga pwede gastuhon, tapos 20% hindi mo paggatsun, i-set aside mo gina siya for the day of emergency that you never know what will happen. Basic rule ginaiya. Okay? Di ako, bata pa ko sinaiya, grade 5 pa lang ako yan, nagsugod na ko niya practice. My biggest joy and pride was my own bangko, ano yan, ano pa yan, ang pangalan, sa BTS ang una, Banco de las Islas Pilipinas. Gina-interpret na lang Bank of the Philippine Islands, sa muna siya nga BPI na siya subong. Okay? So, amo gina yung basic rule, and you should remember that, I don't know if you have learned that, but if you were to become parents yourselves, if you're going to become parents yourselves one day, that is the best thing that you can teach your children, so that you don't have to be responsible for them all their lives. And you, I'm sure you don't want your parents to be responsible for you all your lives. So whatever you earn, whatever you work for, whatever is given to you, set aside, kung pwede lang, 20%. 20% is what the government takes away from the salaries of public teachers. It's even more. It's usually about 21 to 22% is what the government takes away from public school teachers. And what do? They put their money into a pension fund. Pension fund. It's called the GSIS. GSIS. GSIS takes their money and invests it in different securities or businesses, so that the money grows, so that by the time the teachers retire, they have money to get. And the reason that they invest is because there is always the problem of inflation. Inflation always goes up because there is demand. It is connected with demand, supply and demand. Whatever people want to make their lives better is always shorter in supply than what is available. So in order to get that thing that people want, those who have that supply, they price up. They price up the whatever it is that they supply. So that happens to practically everything, because right now, when you're talking about economics, you're talking about the value and the prices of goods, there is not one single good that you have where it is not connected to the inputs coming from everybody else. Even for farmers, the prices go up because the inputs go up. What inputs are this? First of all, these farmers, the price of land always goes up, because of all things in the world, the only one thing that we are still not able to do more, to produce more of is land. The land value, the total land available on earth is limited. Limited, right? Limited. Unless Elon Musk becomes successful in colonizing other planets ahead of NASA. But you look up at the stars. When you look up at the stars, damo duta eh. So far they've discovered so far about 1,000 different other Earth-like objects in space. 1,000. Can you imagine how much land that is? What is the problem? The problem is why man makakadto dito. Okay? Tapos i-research pa nila kung pwede na siyang istaran o hindi. And then, pwede naman, medyo Earth-like pa lang, hindi pa nila completely research kali kung ano na, kung maistara nila, hindi. Di can you imagine, ako yung magtanaw ko na sa langit, kasi ko na, tag-isa kita na, damo na siya, tag-isa kita ka-star. And one day, that is going to happen because when I ask myself, ko, si Lord nga, damo na yagin ubraman, siguro intention niya na para hindi kita mawalaan sa duta. Hindi tayo mag-ilinaway. Ang away sa Ukraine kag sa Russia subong is all about land. It's all about land. Neighbors shoot each other because of land. So because of that demand, the prices of land go up. Understand? And then of course, everybody else who has to stay on that land to do something has to pay an increasing value. Di tanawa ba lang ginabayaran ta nga estate tax sa real estate tax kada dyan na first quarter of the year. Gasaka na siya usually regularly. Gasaka kasi the services of the local government gadamo bayaran mo sa suldo, bayaran mo tanang nga tao ga demand mo. Tanang nga tao ga demand sang dako nga sweldo pa dako kay pero gamahal ang pagkaon because ang farmers gabayad mo mahal man na ginabayad sa mga farmers mo. Basta taas nga pataas man. So that's the basic rule. Kung imo kung gapahigad ka lang sa kwarta tapos hindi mo gani siya invest sa negosyo or something else where it grows in value over time. Okay? Grows in value over time. Then mauli ka kung ano na support mo to, ano na save mo na gani siya, na support mo siya. One day you wake up when it's time to use the money, ang iyang value jutay na lang. So because of that inflation. So first rule, save money. Number two, guard against inflation by making use of it. Ang lanma, gina siya, ma-invest mo gid siya. Ang problema is that do you know how to invest? Kung ikaw mahandlo sa kwarta mo, hindi ka kabalo, pagbutang mo da, imbes nga madula lang. Kadamo nga tao nga na-scam dira. Ba mo tao ga dalok-dalok ba lang? Magdalok-dalok gani sila, gapangita sila nga mas damo kwarta na dali sigida dako ang kwarta. Hindi gid na amo na yan. Hindi ganyan matabo na yan mo. Falsehood ginito mo. May maimbita gani sa inyo nga mag-ano ka mo, mag-invest gani mo sa ila kay dako na madoble mo kwarta in 2 years, in 3 years. Hoy, scam gina yan for sure. Because there is no such thing. The only way you can double your money or even more is probably win in the lotto. But that is not how the Lord intended for us to have money. Kaya remember sa creation, palang ginambal niya na, by the sweat of your brow, you shall eat. Yun ang lang matrabaho kita yan. And that's the way the Lord made us because ang atong nga reward is not really in the fact of the money that we get. Because when we work, we acquire very important values with people is the most important thing. And when you understand it, you notice it, when you understand the gospel, you remember that the Lord never had money. But when he needed money, there always was money. Okay? So when you follow the Lord in all that he wants you to do, you don't really need money. But if you need money, he will show you the way to have it. Okay? So muna ang saling ko, okay? He will always provide you. So number one is, why do you invest money? Well, basically, you can only invest money where what you do when you invest the money, it also produces good. Because remember the rule I said, when you do the most good that you can to the most number of people, you will always be successful. And you can only do that within your lifetime. The problem with lifetime is that you really don't know how long you have. Your lifetime may end today or tomorrow or the next week or the next month or the next year. So that means that every day you have to treat it as if it's the end of your lifetime. The end of your lifetime. Therefore, if it's the end of your lifetime, and it says the way to be successful is to do it within your lifetime, that means that every day you have to do the best that you can with the work that you are given. Okay? Do the best that you can with the work that you are given. So savings, invest, and when you invest, do the best that you can with what you are given to do. When what you are given to do, normally it becomes a matter of being self-aware. By being self-aware, that means intindihan mo ba lang imo kaugalingon, ano ang values nga ara ka? What are you capable of? When you say that what you are capable of, you use that talent given to you to do good to others. So if you're given a thinking head, use that head to think about what good you can do, what projects you can do. Look first, look first to do good for others. Because when you're looking to do good for others, you will spot opportunities that will not be easy to spot for people who are not thinking of doing good for others. Only those who are thinking of good for others can spot opportunities. And if you go through the lives of the maybe the greatest people that you know, Einstein, ang dami-dami niya. Einstein was not just an inventor, ang dami-dami niyang mga principles na tinuturo sa tao. It was never about money. Steve Jobs, he did his computer, he started the computer trend because he wanted to do, he started his life by wanting to write automatically yung magagandang ano yan, yung fonts. He was in love with different fonts. So sabi niya, can we not make typewriters so that the typewriters can produce different fonts? Hindi yung boring na pare-pareho lang ang letter, kundi different fonts. And he started to do that. So he started to do the personal computer. And look where that got us. Right now, the technology world is exploding with different ideas simply because you want to do something. And from that teaching of wanting to do good for others, kadamo nagigyan at nakabalo mo. So exploding because everyone has little ideas. Now, sometimes you may be differently abled. No? PWD, differently abled. It is for you to find out what is your talent that has been given to you instead of the usual thing that people have, the usual physical abilities of people, and then use it. I really don't know what that is. But you know, when you are, for example, when you are blind, you probably heard of these stories that blind people have more, how do you call that, more sensitivity in their ear.
Yeah.
They can hear a lot of things that people cannot hear because they are blind, because their senses are now focused on the other things that they can use. Look at the athletes natin sa paraplegic games. They develop different things. Yung mga naka-wheelchair, ang ilang mga arms, they act like legs. They're very good. There's a motivational speaker who has no arms, no legs. Si Nick Vujicic. He's from Croatia, I think. He stands on tables to be able to give a speech. But he's a fantastic speaker. And he will tell you stories of overcoming difficulties. So life is never about just living life where you have money to spend for your basic needs. The rule in life is for you to be successful. You have to apply your talents to the best that you can so that you can do the most good for people. And every day that you apply it, because every day you treat as if it's your last day in life, what you do is what you will find out is that when you do the best that you can each day, you will be stretching yourself to the limit and beyond your limits. And when you stretch yourself beyond your limits, what happens to you if you don't die today? You are there tomorrow to apply it again. And when you are there tomorrow to apply it again, you would have learned something more yesterday or today, you would have learned something more today that you did not know before. So when you proceed into tomorrow, you will discover that you're able to do much more every day. I call that is what Kobe Bryant calls. You remember? I hope you know Kobe Bryant. No? He's
Right.
he's my model for working, for being the best that you can every day. And he said, do it every day. Do it every day. Do it consistently. Discipline yourself. Have an agreement with yourself. Agree with yourself. Kaugalingon mo that you will do the best that you can every day. And you will find out you can become great. So yeah, if you work harder than the next guy, eventually what happens is that you become better and you'll be able to accomplish more and you will reach success faster. Okay? So, kadamon ako, no? I hope you're writing this down. Kaya ko some slides. No? Extemporaneous lang gini. Extemporaneous lang.
Mas nami gani, Kuya Ray.
Extemporaneous lang gini. Okay, so now, when you come to what do you do, what good can you do? Well, look at the basic needs of people. Food, shelter, clothing. Okay? Ano pa? Wala na, no? Food, shelter, clothing.
Buong
Amo lagi
cellphone.
na, hindi na yung basic. Although subong na, it helps. It helps a lot. But people in the farms in the provinces, mga bawing nga lugar bala, kung mo na sila technology, yeah. Kung na technology. We just recently came from a trip to Turkey. Ano lang siya, tour and travel lang gini, daw gaano lang daw para lang ginaya to learn more about the world, to learn about Turkey. Dito, yak ako dako yung munduta mo. You can only see a few people. So you really don't see people that they really go to the social media very much. But they use social media for basic communication as if like a telephone. Not like us. Siguro the heaviest users of social media are the Filipinos around the world. And that is probably understandable because in the Philippines, kagamay man niya sang land areas ng Philippines, yeah. That is why ang aton iyang kabuhayan is not so much of producing goods for food, but we are using it in order to provide services. When we provide services, we can make things happen for other people who are producing. Nakita niyo si Senator Villar, Cynthia Villar as a social media, di ba? She argued to have more land and all of that. I've been thinking along that line, sini ko nga ang convert man. Likot i-demand mo. Ang tao ga demand sang more land for housing. That's very true. Because kadasing kada sa Pilipino magano. Madamo. Diba? Damo ang Pilipino. We are now estimated, I think, at 110, 111 million. Okay? Pila man lang katuig kada ang Pilipino we treat children as our treasures. Sa aton niya, basta mabuhay lang pamilya natin, ma-provide na sa pamilya natin niya. That is the most important thing. Okay na. Okay na yan. Forget about kung ano pa ng mga chichi-burichi, basta makabataan tayo can finish this. Because we want to provide a means for our children to take care of themselves in the future. Which is why naman, ang mga Pilipino children naman yan, magaling sa gilikanan. Mga Pilipino, children, kung pwede, buligan, kung ganyan kinikanan. Tanaw bala ka mo sang sang tawag ng tanghalan. Tananda sila, ang ilang motive para mabuligan ang akong nga pamilya. Para mabuligan ko si nanay, para mabuligan ko si tatay. Di na obligasyon sa kabataan niya sa kinikanan nila. Obligasyon niya sang ginikanan mo. Galing yung Filipino culture, gusto mabuligan. That is how we are. And that is really the best value that we have. But see, when you have to be practical when you now go into something, mag-invest ka gani. When you invest, the first idea that comes to your mind is, ma-start ka sa business mo. But business always has to make sure that whatever they do answers the basic needs of people. Otherwise, useless ang business mo. And the basic needs of people are three, di ba? Basic needs, food, shelter, and clothing. Di ba? So that is the most basic we provide for that. Bisan way ka kabalo sa negosyo, way ka sa education, people go into business. Ano nga business? Bakal sang goods, tapos baligyan nila. Kaya mo dala sila ilon, di masyado ka-common. Dala sa Manila, common na yung mga tao na bisan saging na baligyan, baligyan na nila mo. Bakal ka sang saging sa Balintawak Market, dito ng Bagsakan, o diri sa Q-Mart. Bakal ka na bulto-bulto. Butang mo sa kariton mo, baligya mo. Baligya mo. Kaya ako may kliyente ako nga, ang trabaho niya, amo na, nagabaligya sang sagi sa kariton. Balaan mo nga naging kliyente ko siya, kay balaan mo, one day, nagabakala ko sa iya sang, saging, tapos saling ko may sinsilyo ka 1,000. Niya may araman, sir, tigin paggawa niya kwarta niya, isang kabungko sa kwarta niya. Huli ko, huy, ano ginaobra mo na? Ano na ang kwarta ginatago mo na? Hindi niya man ibibutang, kaya may sa bangko. May sa bangko, tigin tuluan ko siya eh. Tuduan ko kung paano yung kwarta yung padamo niya. Sabi ko, pila bata mo? Niya, sir, siyam. Grabe. Sabi ko, ano na nga mga edad nila? Yung sila niya, 8, 9, 10, 11. Kada 2 may pato. Pagkatapos yung mga pamatas ang siyam, naghalin niya asawa. Naghalin. Yung tawag mo na, dula na ako nilungot. Basta nadula na. Pabayaan na siya na lang. Sabi ko, hoy, may responsibilidad ka. Tapos, kumapatay ka. Sino mapadayon sa imong negosyo? Sino masagod sa imong mga bata? At sir, matong-bato sila eh. Hindi na tama. Ginikanan ka mo. You have to provide for your children. Ko unang-una nga role, ang ginatudlo ko sa inyo, dahil ko kinanglan, mapahigad ka bit. Sila ko problema sa imo magpahigad isa ka gatos ka pesos kada adlaw. Hindi man, sir. 2 ka gatos. Hindi man. Ako nang 2 ka gatos mo kada adlaw. Maubra kita sang insurance policy para nga ang imong ang bata kung matabo sa imo, mauntat imo kay buhi, sige magyapon ila kinabuhi. Tiginubdal ko sa bangko unang kinanglan siya ma-open sang account. Open sang account. Si itsura niya nga daan kay daw hindi mo giya masaligan kasi ano mo nagabaligya siya sa sagis.
Hindi masaligan.
Kung naginubdal ko sa bangko para ang bangko ang sa new accounts mapati siya nga legitimate siya kay upod ako mo. Di mo to nakabukas siya. Pagkabukas siya sa account, may meron siya sudlan sa kwarta niya. Kaya arrangement na making kliyente ka sa Manulife kung may automatic ka nga provision nga magbayad sa imo nga policy. Yung policy nga sa insurance nga investment is probably the best investment any working person can have from the first day. Can you imagine? Gabutang ka lang sa 100 to 200 pesos a day sa savings mo. Pero imbes nga 200 pesos, let's say after 1 week, natabo sa imo, mag-save mo sang 200 pesos a day. After 1 week, man natabo sa imo. What will your family get? Millions. Pwede nga millions, especially kung bata pa ka mo. Di akong bata, di nga na-start ko na siya right with the first day of work. After paying for how many years? I think 10 years lang siya gasupot. Komportable naging sa iya yan. Ito na-cover niya na tanan. Na-cover niya na to explain that in a while. Okay? But you pay 200 pesos muna, you get a coverage. Natawag na coverage, insurance, life insurance. May matabugan ni sa imo, ang imo nga mga beneficiaries will get a large sum. Let me tell you a big example. May kliyente ako nga muna. Was a barber. Siya lang maka-afford nila nga may policy. And one day, after paying for about 3 months pa lang siya nagabayad, nagwa siya sa balay niya, nagbutor, medyo tulot-talithe, nag-slip ang iyang motor. Ang lain sa ito, kaya ang motor niya to nagtambol gini nga muna. Tapos naigo siya sa dughan niya eh. Di daw video balik gini dughan niya tapos crash gid yung organ niya. Dala siya sa ospital. He did not last for another week. Pila pa lang nabayad niya. Ang total niya nga nabayad sa policy niya I think was about 7,000. 7,000 or 3,500 thereabouts. Okay? 7,000 ang nabayad niya. Pila ang nakuha niya? Pila nakuha sang iyang asawa? 2 million.
Accident.
Oo, may accident insurance siya, may life insurance siya nga 1 million, may accident insurance siya nga 1 million. Total 2 million. Hindi lang 2 million. 4 million gid. Ay,
Mm.
hindi. 2 million, 2 million gali, 2 million. Accident insurance lang ganito.
Then,
Kaya kung ang accident matabo sa imo sa public place nga you are attending, for example, a concert na tapos may accident, may panic or whatever. May accident gani ka, ang imong accident insurance na usually double. So if that had happened in a concert, for example, he would have received 3 million, hindi lang 2 million. Nalula ang nalula ang iyang misis eh. Imagine 2 million. She doesn't know didn't know what to do with it. Galing kino, way ka pamati sa advice kay way siya katok sa akon.
mm,
Kaya kung ako nag-istoryahan ay kami to, dapat na-provide niya na sa future. Amo na nga that's the first best investment that anyone could have. It's insurance is having an insurance policy for themselves. Why? Because for a little amount you can be ensured that you will get the amount that you need. That you need, not that really that you want. What you need. So what you need is based on the expertise of insurance companies. That's why we have financial advisors. The financial advisors help the clients determine what is it that they really need so that their family do not get hungry. Because I would like to show you one slide. Okay? Let me show you first, meron akong I have a picture here that I would like you to see. Okay, can you see my screen?
yes.
Okay. So, financial advisors work against DDO. When people die, then they leave behind a lot of people who depend on them for money. Din mahalin. I'll give you an example. If you're a parent and you have a 2-year-old child, how many more years will that child need before the child becomes able to take care of himself? Maybe that's another 20 years. Right? Another 20 years. So kung mag 20 years pa na siya, how much do you need per month, for example, to sustain your family for the next 20 years? Butang tabi, average na siya nga 30,000 a month para pang gastos nyo, pang food, shelter, clothing expenses nyo, para pati education. So, para siya nga 30,000 a month or 360,000 a year. But if you need 360,000 a year for the next 20 years, that is a total of 13.2 million na kinanglan nga may ara if anything happens to that breadwinner. Mapatay ang breadwinner subong tapos may ara siya nga 13.2 million, hindi niya magutom ang pamilya. 13.2 million. Now, can somebody afford an insurance for 13.2 million? Maybe not. But with a good financial advisor, he can afford. That is what financial advisors do. But the problem is that sometimes you do not just die. Usually, you do not just die. You die because of illness. So, maagi ka pa sa hospital. Maagi ka na sa hospital, makuha pa na sa ilang 1 million. Di pila sa COVID sa una, pila ang gastos mo sa una kung ma-COVID ka. Ang biggest expenses nga nabalaan ko nga na-COVID is about 4 million gastos nila. Yan na 4 million ka tapos patay ka pagyapon. May 13.2 ka na, may 4 million ka pa 17 million. Hindi na makuha ang tao nga na, sang kwarta nga na. Di ka luluoy kita pamilya eh. Sobra na hindi na gani nila malubong sa maayos, hindi nila matatap sa hospital, mapatay pa, magastos pa sila 17 million. Tingnan mo sa financial advisor, din sila makuha sa kwarta nga na. You're able to save only 100, 200, 300, 400, hanggang 500 or 1,000 pesos a day. Can you do it? 1,000 pesos a day is only what? 365,000 in 1 year. Di ka makuha sang 13.2 million mo, let alone 17 million. And of course, bayara nga disability. Ang disability nga na iya can be caused not by illness. For example, na-aksidente ka, na-disabled ka na, or you were born with a disability that keeps you down, hindi ka maka-earn an income. Hindi lang yan nga may ara ka nga sustenas na kinaglan mo for your disability, so gagastos ka additionally, but there's also still the possibility of death. How do you provide for that disability? How do you provide to make sure that you can get over that? And of course, if you survive death, illness, disability, ara magyapon si old age. Di mag-old age gani, ma-retire ka at 65, tapos you require 50,000 a month nga income para sustain mo ang imong nga lifestyle. Supposing you live until 85, that's another 20 years.
20 years.
So 50 times 12 is 600,000 a year times another 20 years. That's 12 million. Din makamakuha sang 20 million kung sang 12 million kung wa isang ga-advise sa imo nga maayo. Okay, that's why we have financial advisors doing the job. Ang financial advisors they look for people to help. We help them discover their biggest financial concerns. We help them strategize with a customized financial plan. We provide them the best, most affordable financial solutions, and we can do all of these things online. Muna nga ni hambal ko kay Christine ko, si Christine dapat ang ako na lang nga Zoom ang gigamit na kay way na kakautod. It can accommodate 100 people. Kaya ko yung magambal, huya kayo. Ako yan, wala, that's okay. I can do that with you guys, no? So muna, ang trabaho na ang financial advisors do this service. You look at that service. What do you think? Is it good work to do? Is it good work to do? To become financial advisor? Sabi, could I see a race of, pag mag-type ka movie sa chat, kabalo kong mag-chat, sa Zoom, kadto ka mo sa tatlo, bala ka butones sa tab, sa dalo o sa baba, sa inyong screen, tapos makita nyo ang chat, i-chat nyo ang inyong, I want to see yeses. Is it good work or not? Because I may invite you to this career when you are ready. And do what I'm doing. And talk like I'm talking. Talk like I'm talking. Help people that way. Okay? And then travel to Turkey.
Wow.
If you like it, go to chat and say yes. And then give me your, pwede bala kung gusto nyo, give me your, yung, Facebook account name. Putang yung Facebook account name nyo kay pangitaon taka mo, I will make you my friends so you can talk some more. Talk some more. Okay? Go to chat. Say yes if you like this kind of a job, and then go to Facebook and add me. I will add you muna. Or you can add me na lang. Christine can give me the can give you the account now, the account ko. Okay. Okay, so now, wow. Good. Thank you guys. Okay. So now, what do you do? What do you do as financial advisors? Let me show you our coverage. We provide money for this. First of all, the most important thing is that we provide a plan, a solution for people not to lose their monthly income. Monthly income, gid ang importante. Whether they are healthy or whether they are sick, we provide money for that. And then, want to make sure that in case of emergencies, gapadayon ang ila income, but they are not dead because they only get money when they're dead. Okay? Because the money goes to their families. 6 to 12 months emergency cash. I will provide these slides to you. And then, we want to make sure that the children finish college, retirement, and education. And they also can use money for their own retirement. After that, when they have that, may sobra pa gani sila nga kwarta, that is when they go into generating business capital so that they have money to start a business, or they do a passive investment. And that's the only time after that, when they start working on these different solutions, that they begin thinking of owning a house. Why is owning a house not a priority? Simple. Because your own house does not generate for you an income. It does not contribute to your becoming, to making sure that your income would always flow. So what do? You just rent. Rent a house is a lot cheaper. It's only about 25% of what you pay to the bank if you are renting a house versus owning a house. So dako na ang sobra nga 75% that you are supposed to pay to the bank, instead of that you put that additionally into your capital and your investments portfolio. When you're able to do that, what happens is that when it's time for you to go, you now have a leisure fund for that. Pang Turkey mo yan, pang travel mo yan, pang pagkadto mo sa iban nga planeta, no? Para may duta ka sa iban nga planeta. Okay, that's the scope of what I do. Okay? You got that, guys? So if you like it, like I said, go to chat, say yes, and we'll get in touch with you later on. Financial advisors in my team start at 18. 18 anyos pwede na. Importante nga 18 anyos kinanglan na siya age of maturity under the law. Kamo nang requirements sang batas is 18 years old. But we have to be understand. What I will do is that I will send an invitation for you to the career if you are interested. Okay, you got that, guys? Now, so let me talk about investments. Like I said, what Manulife does as a company, as an insurance company, and an investment company is that we gather the savings of people and invest them in companies that are doing well. Invest them in pautang sa gobyerno because ang gobyerno pirmi ginaigabayad sa mga ginakautangan niya. Amo na ginatawag ka, meron kang treasury bills, treasury notes. Ina nga treasury notes, makita mo gani nga gina-announce nga ang government nag-issue sang treasury notes kung sa euro gapangutang ang gobyerno. Kaya nga ang gobyerno ang paghatag isang services hindi man pwede nga kung ano lang nakuha niyo this year, amo na niya ibalik niya. Kinanglan may ara siya nga foresight, ga invest siya sa infrastructure. O natapos na ko no time ko. Sige, later na lang, question na lang. O question and answer na lang.
3 minutes na lang for if you have questions for
subong na. Subong na nga daan, question na lang I know you have a background already. What is topmost? Think of what is topmost that is in your mind.
Sige.
Topmost. Ano gidya ginapanumdum nyo? And then ask a question about that.
Good morning, sir. Ako, sir, may question ako. I am Cyber Angelica. As someone, sir, nga nag-turn ng 18 this month, and meron ako small amount of money nga na-save, and nagtugang pagit sa pagtipo ko kay receive man ako money. So, like, gusto ko tayo, sir, i-invest, pero wala ko hindi ma-start. And kung ano, giman na brown ko sa money nga na, kaya di ko gusto nga tagoon lang.
Ang smallest investment that you can place in Manulife is 5,000 pesos. One time, 5,000 pesos. So, kinanglan gid nga may istorya kita how to do that. Imagine, ang 5,000 mo may tudlo ko sa inyo nga principle no, sa investment. If you want to double your money, you take the number 72, divide it by the rate of return on that investment. The resulting number will be the number of years it will take to double your money. So for example, if the rate of return of an investment is 10% per annum, if you put in, let's say your 5,000 today, 72 divided by 10 is 7. It will take 7 years to double your money. Now, sometimes there are opportunities where your rate of return is higher depending on what happens to the economy. For example, right now, my belief, the Philippines is on the verge of a very high bull run. The last time it happened was in 2007. And clients that followed my advice doubled their money in 2 years. 2 years. That means to say approximately 36% per annum. Why? Because the Philippines keeps producing, the biggest produce of the Philippines is people. People, dumadaming population ta. Do people have to eat? Yes. Do people have to have clothes on their back? Yes. Do people need homes? Yes. So, can you produce everything that they need? No, but there are companies that are focused on these basic needs. So why not invest in them? People need medical care. Kaya kadamo na gato ni gulang man. Okay, so you invest in that. because we invest on that, these companies will continue to prosper. And the rate of return will probably be better than 10%. Better than 10%, probably at least 12 to maybe 20%. If you get 20% per annum, you invest the 5,000, you will double your money in 3 to 4 years. Do you follow? Does that answer your question, Angeli? Yes. So you can invest basta may 5,000 ka. Kung kulang gani imo kwarta, kadto ka sa ginikanan mo, bla. Siling mo, tay, gusto ko magsugod sang akon nga investment account. 5,000 lang. 5,000 lang gid. Taga-ibe ako, pwede, bla. Okay? If you want me to do anything for you, I will do it for you. Basta tagaan mo lang ko sang 5,000 para may invest ako. I will gladly serve you all. Okay? And see what happens. That is the most practical thing that you can do today while you're still students. Okay? Next question.
What's your next class, Dili?
Next class ng question mo.
Hindi.
You want to
to
have another session, hambalan niyo lang si Christine. If you want to have another session, we can have an extensive yang hindi yung official nga part of your
Time.
class. For your own personal I have a short presentation that I call people who are starting to invest money. I call that grow your money fast, safe, and easy. GYM, GYM, grow your money fast, safe, and easy. It's about a 1 hour course that covers all the most important concepts of how to grow your money while you are young. If you want, you can schedule that with Christine another session. Naman bisan gabi pa na. I work usually heavily early mornings and late nights. During the day, I'm quite relaxed kasi established ko na yung business. Ang business ko is mornings and evenings. Hanggang alauna ng umaga. I meet with people until 1 o'clock in the morning. So our next ganito na lang. Just make sure we form a group. Christine, ikaw na lang mag-form sang Facebook group. Pwede? I-form mo Facebook group, let me join, and then we will have the forum there.
Okay.
Okay?
Noted. Sige po.
Okay.
Yes.
So bye for now.
Wala na lang na may klase pa ka mo. Dito na lang kita sa sa GC. Sino pwede ka man? Sige, masuran na lang kung sino pwede kung malihog. Before mag-end, group picture tanay.
Oo, sarado.
Everyone, open your camera.
Open your cameras.
Okay.
Kung kapanago ka sa iyo ron, hindi ka proud sa imo itsura. Kailangan proud ka sa itsura mo.
Okay, 3,
Okay.
2, 1, smile. Okay. Sige.
Sige ha.
So
I'll
this
wait
ends
for your
our
invitation.
session for today. Thank you so much, Kuya Ray. Kuya Ray lang address na siya. Parang not too old. Sige. So everyone, can you please unmute and say thank you and goodbye to Kuya Ray. Sige. Everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
you.
Yeah, so glad I could do this with you. Thank you, guys.
Sige. Thank you. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you, Kuya Ray. See you sa GC. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Bye.